What's poppin', y'all? We've got another development in Drake's background, which should color people a little bit differently. Now, it is coming from Joe Budden. We don't know if it's accurate. I'm not saying Joe Budden delivers bad information. He's usually very, very accurate and ahead of time on a lot of different things. But Joe Budden has had his own issues with Drake in the past. He is a big fan of Drake music, so I would say he delivers an unbiased perspective there. And Joe Budden's podcast is also something that Drake frequently watches, and he's a fan of Joe Budden's podcast, although he kind of clowns Joe Budden, and they at one point had beef with Joe Budden sending diss tracks, multiple diss tracks, scathing diss tracks towards Drake. And Drake had most recently gotten upset with Joe Budden when Joe Budden was talking about how, I think it was Certified Lover Boy, which was, damn, it feels like it just happened yesterday, but it was almost 2 years ago now. Or maybe it was actually 2 years ago now, where he said, was it Certified Lover Boy? One of these albums where he said it sounds like Drake is just hanging out with young girls' music. And Drake got upset with that and apparently had a call with Joe Budden telling him like not to talk about, basically not to point light at that topic, which seems like a sensitive button for Drake, which we'll get into in another video when we talk about this whole lawsuit. Well, what he gets into, Joe Budden in this case, is Metro Boomin situation. So he talks about, I can't play the clip. I wish I could play Joe Budden clips, but I can't play it for you guys.
Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
So Joe Budden talks about, oh, maybe people aren't messing with Drake because he's manipulative. He's basically said this guy is a complete scumbag to everyone behind the scenes, and they would deal with it because he was him. He was the top of the game, top of the food chain. He was dropping hits here and there. Any track he hopped on, it was booming. He hops on a producer's beat. That producer's got a career. And then when he talks about Metro Boomin, he talks about, oh, in this situation, you're telling, man, I don't give a damn if somebody's mom died. Where's my beat at? And of course, it probably wasn't said that way. However, that really set off alarms. So I posted it on my Instagram. You could see it. I may link it in the description if I don't forget, or the pinned comment, so you could actually watch the clips too. But this might be what caused the rift between Metro Boomin and Drake. Because even Academics talks about finding out about what happened between the two. And I'll play you guys that clip because Academics allows us to play clips.
The nigga's upset over a personal issue, like a real personal issue. And remember when Metro had tweeted out, he said, I won't even say what happened. And by the way, that's another reason why I'm not also saying what happened, because people who, or how I know I'm sworn to secrecy. When he says, if I ever told people, like, you would look crazy, you would be embarrassed. Yeah, Drake doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at that. But it's nothing with him fucking a bitch, right?
So you guys just heard that clearly. And he even says, and keep in mind, if Academics is saying, oh, man, you know, it doesn't make Drake look too good, it probably makes Drake look like the biggest scumbag in the entire game, because Ac's always going to softball it when it comes to Drake. And even he says, yeah, you know, I heard about that. It might come out later. I'm not going to be the one to put it out. So if Joe Budden is correct about this, my presumption is that Academics had a conversation in private with other people, and he agreed that he wouldn't be the one to put it out. But I think he just told Joe Budden, and Joe Budden doesn't care. So Joe Budden puts it out because Joe Budden doesn't care about his relationship with the majority of these industry acts. So he's willing to put it out. However, if Academics puts it out, maybe it just seems like something he wouldn't necessarily put out, a personal issue between two people. Although, if there are examples of him doing that, please drop them in the comments. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But he gets a lot of information from Drake behind the scenes, so I think if he puts something like that out, it's a leak, which Drake would 100% pull that relationship that they've got together where he gives him information. There's this open line of communication. I don't think he cares about Metro Boomin because Academics doesn't mess with Metro Boomin. He has beef with Metro Boomin, which gives more validity to what Joe Budden is talking about. Because if Academics saying, yeah, this doesn't make Drake look good, this is foul, and Ac hates Metro Boomin, and Metro Boomin hates Ac, that means there is legitimacy to this. And what personal issue could there be that has nothing to do with chicks? And Academics even said this has nothing to do with chicks. what else would it be other than his mom? Like, Metro Boomin really, really was close with his mother. And not only that, his mother died brutally. It was a brutal death. Like, the situation, it's one of those stories you hear and you're like, damn, like she actually had to go out like that. That's sad. So for Drake to somehow maybe like denigrate that or push that to the side, as someone who had frequently collaborated with Metro Boomin, because people will bring up the Soulja Boy situation and then how Soulja Boy apologized and Metro Boomin took that. Metro Boomin's not cool with Soulja Boy. Has Soulja Boy ever been on a Metro Boomin beat? Have they ever been friends? Have they ever been tight? No. But Metro Boomin and Drake at one point were at least cordial, or collaborators, of course, even. I don't know about friends, because I don't know how these guys get down with their friendships. But that's just one example of that. And if Drake did that and that comes to light, on top of Drake having already lost this beef, I think things would get way worse for his perception. And I don't know if that's something he would really be able to recover from. Because some people were trying to point out that Metro Boomin put out tweets saying that he regrets tweeting at Drake. So if he talked about his mom, why would he regret that? There's context here. So what Metro Boomin says he regrets doing, and I'll read the quote. He says, "Now I did have my moment online, which I do regret. I should have been stronger than that. That was out of character for me. But at a certain point, it's like, I don't rap, bro. So you're going to just ish on me on all these songs. I'm not going to get in the booth, so I'm finna tweet at you." And this is in reference to after they even dropped the project where Kendrick Lamar went at Drake. "We don't trust you." I think he was saying that my whole thing is the music. I should not have been tweeting at him. Not that they didn't have an issue or he regrets having an issue with him. He's just talking about it was out of character for me to tweet about it, which makes sense because when he talks about their issues, he says, "Me and Drake, we had a personal issue in the same interview. And for the record, not over no girl or nothing silly like that." So even Metro Boomin clarifies that it wasn't about a girl. Even Academics hops on and adds to it that it wasn't about a girl. Because even if it was, he wouldn't say that. Or Metro Boomin wouldn't just straight up admit that. "It was a personal issue that really hurt me and disappointed me. But if you take all the rap entertainment out of it, it's like, have you ever been really cool with somebody and y'all fell out over something? It happens every day. It's just regular stuff. This just happens to have an audience. People really think we sat for 2 years making 2 albums to be like, yo, F this dude. What kind of ish is that? You really think we're going to spend that much time, effort, resources on just trying to get at somebody on an album? Well, the highlight of that album was getting at him. And the album was good. So I will give them credit for that. But that's what people remember the album for, which I don't think is necessarily that bad. Blowing budgets on 2 albums, going over budget, that's some serious hate. Neither one of us rock like that. And I haven't really seen Metro Boomin have issues with many people either, just Academics, which I don't know what that stemmed from, and Drake in this scenario. And I'm willing to believe this is the only thing that I can think of that we know publicly that Drake could get at Metro Boomin for that would have him hurt to this degree. Because I don't think if Drake even made fun of Metro Boomin, I don't think if he came at his beats, I don't think if he came at a number of other things, Metro Boomin would be as upset about what happened, and Academics would go on to co-sign and justify Metro Boomin being really, really upset and it making Drake look terrible. And if Drake said something like that Joe Budden is referencing, which I'm going to really try to put the clip in. We'll see. If I have to take it out, I have to take it out, but I'm going to try to put the clip in. Pray for me, y'all.
But this nigga's mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at, nigga? I don't give a fuck that your mom died.
So if Drake is being a complete scumbag and has been doing this consistently throughout the years, I really can't blame anybody for getting after him to the degree that they did. And all bets are off at that point. So if you're Metro Boomin and this guy's coming at your mom, and then Kendrick Lamar decides to go at him on this other different level about the kids thing, granted, that wasn't on a Metro Boomin beat. That wasn't on a Metro Boomin project. We can't be like, oh, poor Drake. They're coming at him with stuff that isn't facts. Well, they're going to come at you with whatever they got. All bets are off. It's about destroying what you care about most, which is your perception, your image, and your career. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.